The Messerschmitt BF-109, also known as the Me-109, was a German fighter aircraft that played a central role in the Luftwaffe during World War II. Designed by Willy Messerschmitt and produced by Bayerische Flugzeugwerke, the BF-109 became one of the most recognizable and successful fighters of the war. It was a versatile aircraft, serving not only as a fighter, but also in ground attack, reconnaissance, and even bomber interception roles. The BF-109 was the backbone of the German fighter force and was instrumental in the Luftwaffe's early dominance in the skies over Europe. The BF-109 was developed in the early 1930s as Germany began secretly rebuilding its air force in violation of the Treaty of Versailles. Bayerische Flugzeugwerke, the company that designed the aircraft, was tasked with creating a high-performance monoplane that would meet the Luftwaffe's growing need for a modern fighter. The project was spearheaded by Willy Messerschmitt, a brilliant but controversial aircraft designer. The first prototype of the BF-109 flew in Slur 1935, powered by a Rolls-Royce Kestrel engine, but production models were later equipped with Daimler-Benz engines, which gave the aircraft its exceptional speed and performance. The BF-109 was one of the first modern fighters to feature an all-metal monocoque construction, a closed canopy, and a retractable landing gear. It was a radical departure from the biplane designs that had dominated aviation until then. The BF-109 was designed with speed and firepower in mind. It was compact and lightweight, which allowed it to achieve remarkable agility and speed. Early models, such as the BF-109B and BF-109C, were powered by a 670 horsepower Junkers Jumo 210 engine, but later versions, such as the BF-109E Emil, featured the more powerful Daimler-Benz DB601 engine, which delivered 1,100 horsepower. The BF-109E became the standard fighter for the Luftwaffe in the early years of World War II and was used extensively during the Battle of Britain. The BF-109 was produced in several different versions, each representing a step forward in terms of performance and capabilities. From the early BF-109B and Seat models to the more powerful BF-109E, FG, and K variants, the aircraft was continually upgraded to keep pace with advancements in aviation technology and to counter new enemy fighters. The BF-109E, or Emil, was the main version used during the Battle of France and the Battle of Britain. It was armed with two 7.92mm MG-17 machine guns and two 20mm MGFF cannons, giving it substantial firepower for its time. However, the BF-109's relatively short range compared to its British counterpart, the Supermarine Spitfire, was one of its notable weaknesses during the Battle of Britain. As the war progressed, the BF-109F model was introduced, featuring a more streamlined design, improved aerodynamics, and a more powerful engine. The BF-109G, known as the Gustav, became the most widely produced variant, with over 33,000 units built. The final major version, the BF-109K, was introduced in late 1944 and represented the peak of the BF-109's development. It featured a DB605 engine that could deliver 2,000 horsepower, allowing it to reach speeds of over 450 mph, 720 km per hour. In total, more than 33,000 BF-109s were built, making it one of the most mass-produced aircraft in history. The BF-109 was Germany's primary fighter throughout World War II, seeing action in nearly every theater of the conflict. Its first major combat experience came during the Spanish Civil War, 1936 to 1939, where it was used by the Condor Legion in support of Francisco Franco's nationalist forces. The BF-109 performed exceptionally well in the skies over Spain, where it demonstrated its superiority over older biplanes and set the stage for its success in World War II. During the early years of the war, the BF-109 was crucial in the Luftwaffe's Blitzkrieg campaigns, providing air superiority over Poland, France, and the Low Countries. In the Battle of Britain, 1940, the BF-109 was pitted against the Royal Air Force's Hawker Hurricanes and Supermarine Spitfires. Though it was fast and heavily armed, the BF-109 was handicapped by its relatively short range, which limited its ability to escort German bombers to and from their targets. Additionally, the BF-109's narrow landing gear made it challenging to land on uneven airfields, contributing to a higher number of accidents. The Eastern Front saw extensive use of the BF-109, where it proved effective against Soviet aircraft such as the Yak-1 and Lag-3. Many of Germany's top aces, such as Erich Hartmann, who became the highest-scoring fighter ace of all time with 352 confirmed kills, flew BF-109s on the Eastern Front. Despite its initial dominance, the BF-109 gradually became outclassed by newer Allied fighters, such as the North American P-51 Mustang, P-47 Thunderbolt, and Supermarine Spitfire Mach-9. By 1944, the Luftwaffe was largely on the defensive, and while the BF-109 remained in service until the end of the war, it struggled to maintain air superiority against more advanced enemy aircraft. The BF-109 was undoubtedly successful in its role as a fighter, particularly in the early years of the war, when it was unmatched in the skies over Europe. It was fast, agile, and well-armed, making it a formidable opponent for Allied aircraft. Its versatility also allowed it to be adapted for a variety of roles, including ground attack, interception, and even as a bomber escort during the early stages of the war. However, the BF-109 had its limitations. As mentioned earlier, its relatively short range hampered its effectiveness as an escort fighter, especially during the Battle of Britain. Additionally, its narrow landing gear caused many accidents, particularly for inexperienced pilots. As the war progressed and more advanced Allied fighters entered service, the BF-109 began to lose its competitive edge. Despite these challenges, the BF-109 remained a mainstay of the Luftwaffe throughout the war. Its long production run, coupled with the sheer number of aircraft produced, made it one of the most iconic and recognizable planes of World War II. The BF-109 became popular for several reasons. First and foremost, it was an aircraft that dominated the early air battles of World War II, helping Germany achieve rapid victories in Poland, France, and the Low Countries. Its sleek design and impressive performance made it a favorite among Luftwaffe pilots, and many of Germany's top aces flew the BF-109 to achieve their victories. Moreover, the BF-109 was continuously upgraded throughout the war, which allowed it to remain competitive even as newer Allied fighters entered service. Its adaptability and versatility ensured that it was used in a variety of roles, from dogfighting to bomber interception and ground attack missions. In conclusion, the Messerschmitt BF-109 was one of the most successful and significant fighter aircraft of World War II. It played a crucial role in the Luftwaffe's early successes and remained in service until the very end of the war. Although it eventually became outclassed by more advanced Allied fighters, the BF-109's legacy as a symbol of German air power endures to this day, and it remains one of the most iconic aircraft in the history of aviation.